Everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. Monday, March 24th, 2025 pre-market report. Let's just start off with this. Stock futures right now are surging along with cryptocurrencies as President Trump uh Dow futures jumped more than 350 points on reports Trump will hold back on some tariffs. Now listen, man, either tariffs are going to make us rich or we're not. That's the narrative that we were all sold during the run up to the presidential selection. I don't know another way to put this. What's going on here? Not true. Tariffs are not going to make us rich, or they're going to make us rich. President Trump doesn't know yet. He can't decide. It's bipolar disorder. You guys and girls, let me know. I look, frankly, what the freak ever, man. What else would you expect in this dystopian environment that we are in? We're on one day. We're off the next day. We're on the next day. We're going to be rich. We're not going to be rich. Let's talk about getting rich here. How about this from Fortune magazine? U.S. debt could explode above 200% of GDP, putting it at unsustainable levels. We're already there. Let me just read this to you. Fortune. Currently, the U.S. debt to GDP ratio stands at nearly 124%. Let me explain this to you. People, look, man, do your own research about what I'm going to say. Once a nation hits 95% of the GDP to debt ratio, that's it. It's over. It starts a downward spiral that is irrecoverable. Now, this article goes on to say the overall pace at which U.S. debt is rising continues to break records. I mean, is this a surprise to anyone? It's not stopping. U.S. debt, world debt, is skyrocketing at a pace we've never seen before in history. At the same time, people, man, we got the global economy contracting and contracting and contracting and contracting. Do you see the setup here? You can't make this stuff up. Now, just going back to what I said, President Trump is now on again, off again, on again, off again, now off again with regard to tariffs. And this is what's happening to futures. Stock futures higher across the board. Let me explain this to you maybe another way. Trump doesn't like seeing this. This is his Achilles heel. He's taken a lot of heat for what's happening here to the stock market. Falling. Personally, look, man, I've been telling you guys since I don't know how long, this is not a crash. This is not the big one. This is a normal corrective phase for which, if President Trump really understood the markets and economy, for which he has zero understanding, zero. I already told you this. Look, man, I'm not putting the man down. President Trump is probably the most brilliant mind, and I mean this, with regard to real estate investing and real estate development in modern history. That's his claim to fame. That's where he made his fortune, not in anything else. He is not a businessman. He understands real estate investment and real estate. That's it. He has no idea of what it takes to run an economy or the financial system whatsoever. Henceforth, bipolar disorder when it's coming to tariffs. Either they're going to make us rich or they're not. He keeps pushing, or kept at least, pushing the narrative that it's nations that are paying the tariffs, which we all know is not true. Canada is paying for the tariffs. Mexico is paying for the tariffs. The EU is paying. It's not true. It's a falsehood of the highest order. It's importers and exporters, people, and those costs are passed on to you. I mean, come on. I just don't understand this. Or maybe I do. Maybe he doesn't understand it. I don't know. But this whole mechanism of on again, off again is just frankly ridiculous. It's making the United States look like a bigger laughing stock than it already is. And you can't make it up. But anyway, to the market, very happy. Higher across the board. Cryptocurrencies surging this morning here. Look at Solana. Gold, silver, crude oil catching a bid. Lovely and fantastic, people. Man, you look. You cannot possibly make this up where we are right now. This is a clown show on an epic scale. Now, with regard to U.S. debt, deficits ballooning, the new war that's costing us hundreds of billions of dollars to fund right now. Where's that cash come from? Right from the Federal Reserve. But now I want to bring something to your attention here. This is amazing. You recall about a month ago, when the United States went up for sale, should I say U.S. citizenship went up for sale, and Trump floated out this idea of selling gold cards to foreign investors so they could buy their way into the United States. Well, our illustrious Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, you make up a name for him. The same guy who said, don't complain if you don't get a Social Security check. He's bragging that he's now sold 1,000 gold cards. Again, America for sale to the highest bidder, making $5 billion in one day. Where's this cash going? We were told that this cash was going to be used. I'm laughing, man. How many people actually believe this? To pay off the U.S. debt, which is surging. Don't take Greg Mannarino's word. Surging at its fastest pace on record. This is not even going to scratch the surface in any way, shape, or form. We're blowing hundreds of billions of dollars to fund a fake war on terror. This is not a war on terror. This is a war to allow the Fed to inflate. Debt will never be paid off. So when you got this kind of nonsensical thing here, let's put the United States up for sale. Let's sell citizenship to the highest bidder. Then you got Lutnick here, Lutnut, I don't know what you want to call him here, bragging about selling. Where's all this cash going? Where is the cash going? I'm gonna offer a challenge to you. Look up where this cash is going. Okay, I can promise you it is not going to pay off U.S. debt. Do you remember what happened during the last tenure of the illustrious President Trump? We were told that these tariffs were going to make us rich back then. They were going to pay off the debt. They were going to pay off the debt in 3 years. What happened to the U.S. debt during Trump's last tenure? It ballooned at its fastest pace ever. Look how much debt was piled on during his last. We also were told that the tariffs, because they were going to make us all rich, we're going to shrink the trade deficit. People, there's some kind of thing going on here, and maybe you guys and girls are smarter than I, and let me know what I'm missing here, because I'm obviously missing something, all right? I'm missing something. You guys and girls, let me in. Let me know what's going on. I'm going to tell you something. There is no way on this earth, off this earth, that's putting the United States up for sale to the highest bidder by selling these gold cards, selling 1,000 of these things in one day, which is $5 billion in one day, is going to even make a dent in debts and deficits moving forward. And where this cash is going? You tell me, because you really honestly believe that it's going to go to paying off the debt. Do you really believe that? I can't understand how gullible some people are. They believe this, they believe that tariffs were going to make us rich. Guess what? They're not making us rich. They were never meant to make us rich. You were sold yet another lie, and what are you doing about it? Are you pushing back against it? No, you're not. More than likely, you're taking a smack across the face, front-handed and backhanded, and you're just sitting there sucking your thumb off somewhere. Come on, guys and girls. It's time to get with the program. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but you can't possibly make up anything like this. You can't do it. But that's what we're doing. That's the situation. It's unbelievable, man. Anyway, look, guys and girls, we're not going to stop betting against the debt, becoming our own central bank, because you and I are smart enough to realize and know that this is a scam. Nut and Mr. Bipolar himself, who doesn't know what he wants to do with tariffs or not. This is a stable genius. You gotta be kidding me, man. It's insanity is what it is. A clown show. If you don't like my tone, you don't like what I'm saying here, I don't care. I don't really care. You don't like me, you don't like the way I look, you don't like the way the blog, go someplace else. I am more than certain that you're going to find a lot of other places that are going to blow sunshine right up your crack and up President Trump's crack and Lutnick's crack too. Okay, maybe you're all on crack, those of you that just don't get it. I don't understand that. But me and my freaking lions here, we are clear on what's going on. Let me tell you something here. As I've been explaining to you, and I can't tell you how many times I've been told I am wrong. Greg, you're wrong. This is the big crash. This is it. Again, these people, they have no idea what they're looking at. again, I don't know how many YouTubers out here are trying to sell that kind of thing, and they're all wrong. They're all going to be wrong, because the real crash will begin and end in the debt market. I don't know another way to tell you this. This is a normal corrective phase of the market. President Trump here obviously doesn't see that. Because again, if he had any guts whatsoever, if he believed in what he was saying, well, I guess he wouldn't be wavering around every other day with regard to tariffs, because he did tell you they were going to make us all rich. You remember that? Over and over again, we're going to get rich. Canada is paying for the tariffs. And maybe he realized all of a sudden, he had an epiphany that it isn't Canada or Mexico and everyone else paying the tariffs. No, it's not the nations, people. But the lies, the deceptions, the distractions, doesn't that make you sick a little bit? Yeah, it makes me sick too. And what's even sicker is the legions of people who actually believed it, who actually believe that by putting the United States on sale, selling citizenship to whoever wants it, could be terrorists, okay? That this is the right thing to do, and we're going to pay off the debt here because we now sold 1,000 gold cards in one day. Yeah, where's that cash going? Where's it going? You really believe it? Like I said, it's going to pay off the debt. Why is the debt still rising at a pace we haven't seen? Has this $5 billion or whatever cash they raised actually gone to pay off the debt? No, it hasn't. No, it has not. And you guys and girls all know that. With regard to the freak show stock market, people, every mechanism is still going to be utilized, including war, the expansion of war to devalue the currency and prop up the stock market. We're going to get lower rates. You know it's coming. This fake battle between Trump and the Fed, you and I said it would happen, and here it is in our face here. We are so much smarter than they are because we're able to take this all in. Because, again, all you need is one, maybe two functioning brain cells to actually see what's going on here. But what we have here simply, obviously, is a bipolar president who doesn't know which end is up or down, who is obviously pushing us and thrusting us into some kind of a dystopian system. You guys and girls like this stuff? Really? America for sale to the highest bidder. You like that? Is that really what works for you? Honestly? Make it up. But I guess there are some people that feel like this is the way to go. And we're going to pay off the debt. Anyway, guys and girls, listen, man. We're on the right side of this. We really are. And I'm hoping to, again, with this particular video, get the weak out of here. Okay, this is a channel for freaking lions. That's all we want here. Lions. Everyone else can go off into whatever delusional state that they're in and go take it wherever they want to. You don't belong here. Are we on the same page here? I hope so. Anyway, guys and girls, listen. So, what do we do? Do we change anything? No. We continue to bet against the system, realizing that this scam, selling citizenship, and Lutnick here bragging that he sold 1,000 of these freaking things here. I can't believe it. I got to clean up my desk. I sold 1,000 of these things in one day. $5 billion. Do you realize what we're spending over there right now fighting a new war? Probably $5 billion an hour to fund a carrier strike group, which is going to be joined by a second carrier strike group because President Trump just sent it there. And in case you don't know, Iran is now building up missile batteries in the Strait of Hormuz. This is awesome, man. I tell you, what a great, crazy, insane time to be alive, people. All right, look, man, I think I'm going to let y'all go. Let's see what happens with regard to this entire thing. Watch what's going to happen to the dollar now that Trump is backing off of tariffs. He doesn't know what he wants to do from one day to the next. We're going to be rich. Not so much. Put tariffs back on, not take them off. I mean, come on, man. Doesn't matter for you and me. We're sitting pretty. We're in all the right spots. And that's exactly where we're going to be. It's exactly where we're going to be. Nothing's going to stop us. Nothing is going to get in our way. And I feel bad for anyone who does get in our way, because we're going to eat them alive, as we have been doing for a very, very long time. All right, guys and girls, that's all. Love you all from the heart. We're all like, I want to hear from you on all this stuff. What's going on here? Is this a beautiful spot we're in? We're making America great again? Or are we making foreign investors great again? What are we doing here? We're selling citizenship to the highest bidder in the United States, and that's really going to pay off the debt. You honestly believe that? You still believe it? Because that's what Trump said is going to work here. Uh, Debts and deficits exploding, on and off tariffs here, stock futures all over the place, cryptocurrency going up. We're adding cryptocurrency to the strategic reserves. We're not adding gold here. That's how we're going to make America. You got to be kidding me, man. And we're the laughing stock of the planet right now. The laughing stock of the freaking planet right now. We're being isolated. You all know that. No one wants our dollar. You don't even want it. No one wants our debt. Fed's buying it all. Make any of it up. Could you do that? Let me hear from you, because I could never make up this kind of a situation. You have to be the most creative science fiction writer in the history of the world. All right, look, man, I'll see all of you guys later. 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern for the live stream as usual. All right. Got something out of this video? Let me know. I'm assuming we're gonna lose some people here again. Good. Let them go off. Let them leave, because they are the weak links, people. And I frankly don't want them here. Love you all.